How are you guys? Oh my gosh, I am in Tokyo, as I said. By the way, this is Rowena from Sojourner. And if you're new to my channel, I am the designer of the Sojourner Traveler's notebooks, planners, and other leather goods. Been having a hard time really just communicating in Korea and everything else. And so I came to this store today trying to find well, first of all, it was not easy to find this store. Let me show you guys. How do I, oh, there we go. So I was trying to go to this store right here, and it's called a Bambugu Cafe. Someone told me that it was a really fun place to go to, and it's not just a cafe, it actually has a stationery store underneath and all of that. Wasn't sure why, but it's not open. And there's signs up there, but I don't know what that means, of course, because I can't read it. So, oh wait, there's a person here. He looks like he's an American, but looks like he's local. So let me see what, maybe he can tell me what that sign says. Excuse me, sir, could you tell me that place, why it's not open?
I could tell you. I'm not going to.
So, okay, you guys, do you know who that is?
Cafe, and I am the reason it was closed today because I did not check, and it's a Tuesday, and apparently it's closed on a Tuesday.
Guys, I'm sure that you know who this is. It's none other than the most prolific, I would say, designer in the industry, James Burke.
Hi
Check
guys.
this out. Fancy meeting you here, James.
What a coincidence.
Exactly.
I had no idea.
And so anyway, can you see? It seems dark, doesn't it?
I can't see anything.
Oh, okay. So I'll try to
I'm
read
crazy.
it for you if they ask you any questions. So I am so glad to see you here.
I'm glad to see you too. This is
James,
the first time we're meeting.
Yes.
We literally live in Southern California.
About an hour away from each other.
Right, but we're meeting here in Tokyo instead, because that was easier.
Yes. And so anyway, he was so kind enough to agree to meet with me here and talk to you guys and get a little bit of an interview. If you guys do not know who he is, which you must be living under a rock, but I get it. Sometimes I'm like that. But it's James Burke Creatives, right?
James Burke Creative?
Yes. Yeah. And he has been in the industry since 2000.
Who knows? 25,000 years?
It feels like it, doesn't it?
It's been 84 years.
Yeah.
No, 2015 I think is when I first got into art journaling. But the past couple of years, yeah, we've been really hitting it hard.
And he's been an artist this whole time, and he just came out and started making washies and all of that, and the videos. And so if you guys are not following him, you should be. Not only on Instagram, but also on YouTube.
Yeah.
And once in a while, he's on Patreon. And so he's out here. And actually, one of the things, before I forget, he is actually going to be a guest at my open house, which will be in late June. So if you're in California, Southern California, Northern California, anywhere nearby, if you want to come out, I'm going to have an open house. We haven't quite set a date, but it'll be on a weekend, and it'll be at the end of June.
Late June.
And so super excited about that.
I'm really excited. I'm going to bring every journal I can fit into the car. You can flip through it. Yeah.
I'll come help you.
There'll be washi.
Yes, so it'll be so fun, you guys. But anyway, so I wanted to just get him to tell you a little bit of why he's here in Tokyo.
Yeah, well, I used to live here and work here back in the day when I was a dancer.
I love your laugh, by the way.
I'm just nervous.
You always make me laugh whenever I hear your laugh.
I used to work back in the day at Tokyo Disneyland, and so I have a real strong connection to the land. I feel like this is my home away from home, my second home. This is where also I met my husband, Steve, and he was working out there as well. But we've actually come back. I brought Stella. If you are familiar with JLB Creative, there's Stella.
Lovely. She's very lovely.
She is
guys.
the worst assistant. She has has made this trip horrible. No, she's been really good. So basically, Stella and I are out here, and we're filming for a travel journaling online course, and so we're collecting footage for that, just having a big old trip around Japan, seeing what we can get up to, having some fun, and yeah, on my teachable. I don't have an exact date for when it'll be, but we'll be looking into travel journaling and some Japan-themed classes, which I'm
Wow.
really excited for because I feel very, very connected to Japan.
So how many is this going to be a series?
The classes?
The classes, yes.
No. So we've got one up at the moment, which is whimsical illustration. It's a huge, like, monster course in, basically everything I know about illustrating whimsical things. And this one we're kind of departing away from, like, all of that, groundwork illustration technique and more going into documenting and, how to collect things for when you're on your journey. Because I know we all pick up, like, 30,000 brochures and don't do anything
Business
with them.
cards.
Yeah, business cards everywhere. There's photos, so we're just going to look at fun ways to put them all together and how to, take your memories and make them a memento. So
Oh, wow, that's
yeah.
going to be a great video.
it's going to be a lot shorter. It's not going to be like the huge 25 lesson, whimsical illustration course, but it'll just be for anyone that's looking to travel and know what it's like to gather on your trip, hunt and gather, and how to relive that experience once you're back at home. And then hopefully looking into doing just a separate art journaling course that is Japan themed, so taking lots of elements of the country and the culture and just art journaling about that. But yeah, those will be two standalone separate courses on the site, and not as large as the first one. The first one is a beast. I could barely get through it, and I created it.
How many, I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the first one. Did you have a bunch of, is it a series?
Yeah,
Like,
so
how many videos?
the first one is broken down into like 10 main lessons, I believe. I've completely forgotten. You put me on the
It's
spot,
something
Rowena.
like that.
I think it's about 10 main lessons, and there are mini lessons and exercises, but the whole thing together is about 25, chunks of information to get yourself from illustrating, basics right up to theming, conceptualizing, and just giving people creative confidence with illustration. That's what I love. It's never about learning everything there is to learn. It's about getting confident with it enough to direct yourself into the next part of where you want to go.
So
yeah.
how many hours? I'm trying to get to the nitty gritty of.
Girl, millions. I went through the course top to bottom when I was editing it and going through it. The whimsical illustration one was, I think it took me about 15 or 16 hours to get through it, and I already knew what was coming. So.
Well, that's a good course though, because then
Yeah.
it's enough to get somebody started, but also probably more so that maybe they can come back to it later, right?
Yeah, and there's a focus on the foundation of all of it, and then there are mini exercises that will branch out into fashion illustration or working with specific mediums and really learning about that. But it's the solid foundation that you kind of need if you want to get a little bit more expressive with your illustration, I reckon.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I liked it. And
And
this
so-
one is just going to be so different. Because the traveling, I mean, you know what it's like to travel and document. You collect everything, and it's not as simple as just drawing a teacup here and there, and you want to put it all into your journal, but how do you do it in a way that is
Exactly.
interesting or that makes you want to go back and flip through it? Because I love to go back and flip through a travel journal. Just like reliving the experience all over again.
Right,
So-
and it's exciting that you're doing this because I've
Yeah.
not seen anybody do that. And for me, I've traveled quite a bit, and I still don't have a system because a lot of times when I'm doing it, it's better if I'm doing it on the spot, and I try to make it as simple as possible for me.
Right.
And then by the time I get home, if I don't get it down, I most likely can't get it on there.
And to be
So-
fair, that is most people's struggle, and even myself. I've tried to do it as I went before, but I always want to do something so elaborate that I think, well, I can't just get my scissors out in the middle of a train. Like, it's quite dangerous.
Well, why not?
I mean, let's try it.
Especially at the train today. Oh my gosh, were you
Were
guys
you
like?
packed in?
I got packed in. I've been packed in trains, but we're talking. I could feel people's butts and bodies. Just, I'm like, what the
Yep.
heck? This is close.
I have never felt so thin in my life
and
to have fit on a
and then
Japanese
when
train.
you stop, it's like when you stop, you don't even have to worry about about it because they stop you from falling backwards.
Stella legit couldn't even reach the handles, and I was like, Stella, you're so wedged in. Where are you going?
Yeah. Why do you even need the handle?
We could be crashed, and there would be so many bodies to break your fall. No,
Anyway.
it was yeah. So we're basically, when you gather it all, you
point.
collect it all. I tried to do it on the spot as well, but I found for me, there was so much that I was going to do after the fact, and doing it at home was reliving a lot of that experience. And I also had the luxury of being at my table and setting things up, and taking time to do it. It's essentially like a scrapbook, but like the ultimate scrapbook, if you will. But there's a whole process to how I document it as I go, in recording, certain meals that I've had that were really great, and taking a photo of it so I can draw that later, and just documenting literally like the itinerary of the day, and so that's what I'm more going to dive into: how to hunt and gather while you're away and still get the most out of your trip. And then how to put it all together at home.
That's exciting.
I think that's what most people would be comfortable with, because the logistics of it depends where you go too. Like, you go to Japan, you're so busy doing everything. Like, if I went to Hawaii, that journal would be finished in the first day. Like,
And
so relaxed.
how long and the duration
For
makes
sure.
a difference, and so that's going to be, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm
That'd be
excited.
great.
I'm just nervous because I like to put everything in there, and I've already got some things that I just know won't stick down flat into my journal. It's gonna be like this big by the time I'm finished.
But it'll be a good memory.
It'll be a really good memory,
Yeah.
and I think it was fun to come here, especially because there's so many memories I have already associated to this place that trigger all this nostalgia for me. But then there are new ones, and Stella's never been outside the States before, internationally, so to have a fresh perspective on that has been really interesting as well.
Yeah.
Because I get to see things through eyes that I haven't seen since I was 18.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, and
Very cool. So
she's-
she's useful after.
she's actually useful, which is shocking to me.
I'm not just on
No, it's been great. It's been great. How are you? Did you enjoy Korea?
Yes, enjoyed Korea very much. It was fun. It's different. I've not ever been to an Asian country outside of the Philippines, which I understand the language, so it was a little difficult, language barrier wise, However, we got through it, and it's great food. People were the ones that spoke to us were very nice. Oh, we had an incident. Oh my gosh. Do you watch Seinfeld? Do you watch Seinfeld?
I don't watch it.
It was a total Seinfeld incident. You guys, it was crazy. This woman, we were asking her, because one of the people there had a tap card, which is the card that you go through.
Little Metro card thing?
Yeah, the Metro card. And he had like $50 on it, or 51. And so it's a lot. So he's trying to give it to this lady who owned a stand that we had been purchasing from. You guys have time for this?
I've got all the time in the world.
So anyway, so they had this. He was trying to give it to her, and he could not communicate to her. And she thought he was trying to buy his food. What? Oh, something's happening.
They're campaigning.
よろしくお願いします。楽しい未来を作る候補
They interrupted my story.
青木さん
I'm definitely voting for her.
So anyway, she thought we were trying to purchase the food and the stand with this tap card. Which she's like, no, we can't take that. Well, we're trying to give it to her. So then this woman said she knows how to speak English, this other lady. And so we're like, okay, well, you tell her this. And the woman didn't really speak English. And then at one point, she literally held my arm like this. She would not let go of me. And I'm trying to leave, and we're all trying to leave. And she's like, no, come. And she kept trying. I had to. And you have to be careful in another country, because what's appropriate for us may not be appropriate for them. So in my mind, I'm going, CCTV is everywhere. What if I yank my arm and they think I'm accosting her, when really she's accosting me? So I was just like,
Just gets dragged away.
exactly. And the whole time I'm thinking, this is a Seinfeld moment. So then I finally just literally, when my ring started hurting my hand because she was holding me so tight, trying to drag me to the cart, I was like, maybe she's trying to get me to pay for her food. And so I literally just had to yank my arm away. So that was my last experience there. I
What
thought
a
it was
great one to
cool.
finish on.
Exactly. I loved it. I thought it was
I
so
almost
good.
got snatched in Korea.
Yeah. Or
we
got
haven't,
busted.
I've been terrible. Stella mentions, because Japan is just, I mean, Tokyo is packed. I feel like there's as many people in the whole of Australia in this one city. And we are just always astounded by the fact that we never get shoulder checked or stepped on, or like, how does that many people be in the same place and you don't get, severely injured
Have you
always?
been to New York?
Yeah.
I would say New York is even more packed, no? Well, then I guess I
Go
haven't-
to the just go to the shopping street in Harajuku on a weekend.
Maybe I haven't
We'll
been
see.
to an area, because even in Korea I didn't feel that packed.
Well, here it's just, and especially even at Disneyland, like when you're in a super crowded store or whatever, like I feel like if it were anywhere else, I'd have bruises all over my feet. I'd have broken ribs. Like,
You'd have been
if anything,
pickpocketed.
I have been taken out. Like, I've been taking out poor Japanese women that fit under my eyeline. Like, it's terrible. Stella keeps. I need a leash. Because the average height of everyone here is a lot shorter. So sometimes there are people that just fit right under my
Hi,
eyeline.
guys.
This
So
is
tell us
terrible.
a
I'm just
story.
live telling this story.
Tell us a story. They're gonna kick you out of Japan.
They're so
Tell us-
sweet, so respectful. We've where have we been? We've been to Disney a bunch of times. 3 times already. We're gonna go again. Can't help it. The entertainment there is so great.
Really,
Oh, it's
it's different.
the nerve they have putting that entertainment in a theme park. Like, it's insane. It's really, really good. I've been obsessed. They're doing Easter celebration, which when I used to work here, I did summer contracts. So we had the Easter celebration through my contract. And what's funny is that this country they don't really understand or observe Christian holidays. So to have Easter celebrated here is quite bizarre. But to have it be a big Disney theme and it goes for months. Like, it'll be well after Easter and they're going to still celebrate Easter. But I really live that fantasy. I love that.
Well, this is the place to live that fantasy.
Absolutely.
When in Japan,
And there's a stationery store around every corner, except this one is closed.
yes, and the other station, the other one is closed too. Is it a holiday?
I don't think so. I just think they chose Tuesday. Like, the Travelers Factory store is closed
Randomly?
as well. Like, that's so random. They're literally just closing on Tuesdays.
Because we're here.
Because we're here. Because I said the one day we can meet up is a Tuesday. But that one's a cute one. When that is open, it's cute. You can become a member for.
It's open.
Oh, I forgot what it was.
70
For
70
700 yen or something. I
Oh,
think it's like
okay.
$7.
70, 700.
They give you a little key, and down there are all these
700.
little desks. You can unlock the desks with the key, and there's all these little stationery in there, little notebooks. You can leave letters for people or use whatever's in the desk. I was really excited for that.
I want to see that. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully they're open before I leave Tokyo.
When are you leaving?
Friday.
Oh, okay.
So I'm only here fully until Thursday. Then Friday's gonna be traveling. So
Yeah.
So he gave me some places to go to, and so
Staying in a really good spot. Very central.
oh good. 'Cause
We're
I
staying
don't
like an
know
hour out of
what
the
we're
city.
doing.
It takes us like a day to get in.
Especially in that train.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I'm familiar with that area. I love that area. It's nice. It's very
That
local.
sounds like so much fun. It does.
It is. It's so much fun.
I want to try to do it. I'm trying to go over there and hopefully I can video to show you guys. And so anyway, do you guys have any questions for James while we have him here?
Yeah, if
Put him
you're
on
in
the spot.
California, please come out and see us at
Yes.
end of June. Oh, here's someone else. They're so cute. I've been waving to them
Focus.
all day.
Focus.
Squirrel.
So let's see. You guys have any questions? This sounds like same thing.
Yeah, my plan for the meetup. We literally haven't planned anything. No, we have a date. We know what we kind of want to do, but I want to bring a whole bunch of journals and a whole bunch of product as well. So if you've never had the chance to purchase anything from the store, or if you just want to play with it, please bring your journals too. And I think it'd just be fun. A lot of what I do is so alone. I'm always at a desk by myself, and just with the camera filming up from the top. And when I get an opportunity to be with people and journal, I kind of just lose my mind. So
Oh, good.
I'm excited for you guys to see that.
Yeah, because it's gonna be it'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be a fun time, especially because it's gonna be an open house, so it's not a particular time, so people can come in and out. We'll see who comes and shows up, but it's
You
gonna
just
be
got the concrete floors too.
yes.
I
You
like a
should
good
see it in
concrete floor.
person. I mean, it was a story, a different story, but yeah, it was quite a story in getting that in, but I'm very happy with how it turned out. And now I feel like it's presentable. I can have a real meetup.
Yeah,
I mean, I've
right.
had great meetups there, don't get me wrong, but it's just going to be so much easier this time around. And I'm going to be serving tea.
And I'm going to be drinking tea.
Yeah.
And spilling
and so,
tea.
and so he's well, you can spill on that floor. It's easy to fix. Come to Puerto Rico. Okay, we'll come.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Okay. Stella, come be my translator.
Let's see. James, so sad. Haha. I'm sorry. So sad.
The open house, question mark.
The open house? Yes.
Yes.
The open house will be at my studio, and it's in Southern California. So anybody's welcome. If you want to come out, seriously, and you're coming from another state, I will take you in the area. Probably we could do like LA and, well, James, I'm not committing James.
Does a whole itinerary.
but-
Napa, San Fran.
Not that day. But during that time, if you're coming from another state especially, I can totally show you around to some of the stores like Baumkuchen and that type of stuff.
I haven't even been there.
Baumkuchen. She's got a new studio too open. So yeah. So the open house will be in June, late June, 20-something I think. We're still trying
Yeah.
to solidify a date to make sure that he's available.
Weekend late in June. Earlier in June, I'll be up north teaching. And then later in June.
Where are you teaching?
The Islands Creative Escape in Los Gatos.
Oh, okay. And that's it's like a workshop.
Yeah, I'll be teaching JLB creative workshops. I think we're doing the art journaling and whimsical illustration, but the second versions of the course. Last year we did version 1, this year will be version 2. And then the concepts stamp series, but like an in-person version. So if you've been watching any of those on my YouTube channel, where we kind of stamp together illustrations and then we conceptualize and finish them, there's an in-person workshop as well, which will actually come with the stamp set, so you don't really need to bring anything. But yeah, I'm excited. I love it up there.
So are there other teachers there too? Like
For there, I think it'll just be me that weekend. But yeah, they've got a bunch of teachers going in every week. I mean, everyone stops by. It's a really great store.
I told you guys he's prolific at getting this stuff done. Man, he's all over the place ever since he started. I think it's great. I love it. I love watching
I've
what you're
been learned
doing.
to say yes to things. It's a scary. I'm a very calculated risk taker, so to say yes to everything is nerve-wracking. But
Well, you should come to Toronto with me.
says no.
It's a whole conference.
I do love Toronto.
Yeah, it's in September.
Ooh, is
So
it a like a planner one or a stationery or
I think it's planner,
planner?
but it's kind of both. But
I
yeah,
still feel like
it
a
should be
fake
fun.
planner.
What do you think I do?
I still feel like I don't, because I mean there's I feel like there's levels of planner, and I'm like right at the bottom where yeah, I'll put some stickers in there, I'll have a bit of a play in there, but planner is not my full jam. And then there are planners that they plan to plan.
Right.
That's like the top of the planner
That's
level.
it.
Yeah.
And there's bullet journalers.
Bullet journalers, that's something I can't get into.
Amazing.
That's
Yeah,
set
you
up.
just never know.
Please share a video of the meetup for those that cannot go. Oh, I'm sure.
Oh,
I'm,
yeah, we'll
I'm sure
have
I'll
to do
vlog
that.
it or something.
That'll be fun. So do you guys have any questions for James before I let him go? We've been chatting this morning. He's super fun to talk to. We've just kind of been talking a little bit about shop and things that we've been doing. And so if you guys have any questions at all, ask now.
Forever hold your peace.
Exactly. It's like this, isn't it?
Oh, I've been trying to make mine different every time I do it. I've seen a lot of like covering the chin here as well, because I think it makes your face look cuter. I don't know.
I have a thing about,
Yeah. This one.
yeah.
push the cheeks up as well.
Yeah.
I've got chubby hands though, so I try not to put them near my face.
So anyway, I don't see any questions.
Yeah.
And so anything else you want to share?
No, this was great. Thank you so much for meeting up with me.
Oh, thank you.
I'm really happy that we got to do this
In
so
Tokyo.
far away from Southern California. But yeah, I'm really excited for our meetup, and I think it'll be a really, really great time. I hope you can come. I hope. What is your channel? I missed the beginning. I don't even know what it's called. I think it's just James Luke Burke Creative. How do I not know?
Well, if,
James Burke Art, maybe? I think it's James Luke Burke Creative.
wait, it should be on your Instagram.
Yeah, actually,
Info,
if,
right?
if you go to the Instagram at James Luke Burke Burke Creative, there'll be a link tree. I'm pretty sure it's in there. Yeah.
And then someone says, "Good to see you both." Oh, thank
Oh,
you so
Tina,
much. Is she one of your?
Yeah,
Oh, no,
I
you're
recognize
not
the name.
Okay. And you're not on Patreon now, right?
No,
So
no.
how are you going to do? Oh, real quick, how are you going to do this? This workshop that you're doing with the travel.
The travel journaling is it will be hosted on Teachable, which is an online platform that I host my workshops and like courses and classes. And Patreon's usually just like a separate kind of 2 to 3 month stint that I'll bring back up. But yeah, Teachable. At the moment, the only workshop on Teachable I have is the whimsical illustration one, and so we'll just keep adding to them as new ones come out. There'll be a variety. I'm kind of just going with whatever I feel like doing in the moment, because I think you're so much more motivated to do that. So yeah, travel journaling, and then hopefully an art journaling with the Japan theme after that.
Maybe it'll be done by the time my
Oh yeah,
open
right?
house.
Hopefully. We'll see how much hustle I have when I get home. I'm sure I'm going to be in depression for about 3 weeks before I get
So
anything
I'm not
done.
the only one that gets down when you're leaving a place.
Oh, I hate it. Especially here, because I don't know, if you've never been to Japan before, it's hard to explain, but there's a culture here that is really hard to leave, in the sense that everything is so clean, everything is so efficient, everyone is so respectful, and it's also different being in a country where you tune out all the background noise, because you don't like lock into anything. I feel like I'm more peaceful, just in my own head, in my own thoughts. I get on a train and it goes to where it's supposed to go and it gets there on time. Like, everything makes sense because I'm very logical and black and white. So it is kind of hard to leave Japan, because I feel like it's a culture that's like really set up for my personality. Poor Steve's been shipping out Etsy orders ever since I've been gone. I've really struggled to let that go. But Rowena was actually the one telling me that I needed to start outsourcing.
Yeah, you can't do it all as much as you would want to. There's some things that are just important that only you can do.
Yeah,
Gotta focus on those.
yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So I also felt that way leaving Korea. Just I don't necessarily want to be in one certain place for a long period of time, but once I'm ready to leave, I start feeling kind of down. Like, oh gosh, I'm leaving now. Even though I know that I'm going to a better place or maybe back home, I still have that feeling, and I thought it was just me.
Oh no, I'm I'm bad. And here, when I leave here, I take the bowing with me. So if we
yeah.
run into each other, I'm probably gonna bow at you.
Yeah, they bow a lot.
Oh yeah, all the time. And some is like a little like thanks, like head nod kind of a bow, and a really respectful, slow, full body bow. Like,
It's really different. It's even different from Korea.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've said this before. I found Korea to be like the halfway between Japanese and Chinese, from what I experienced anyway. But I don't really know.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, they got hungry and they got some to eat. Okay.
Oh, did you really? Thanks.
Hi, Miss Gemma. I think that's Gemma. Lisa. Hi, Mitz.
Hi, Mitz.
Hello. So anyway, if there's no other questions, I'm gonna let you guys go.
Yeah. I don't have any
We're good?
questions. I'm good. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Again, this is James Burke. So keep having a good time. Oh, thank you
Oh,
so
we
much.
will.
And an interesting and fun interview. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so much for
you.
hanging out. And as usual, keep on documenting life as it happens. Bye-bye.